This is Sky News with Paula Middlehurst.
Good morning. Pressure's mounting on the senior Conservative Minister Andrew Mitchell to stand down after he reportedly directed abuse at a policeman guarding Downing Street. The government's chief whip is said to have sworn at the officer and called him a pleb for making him get off his bicycle. He denies swearing and has David Cameron's backing. But police leaders are standing by the officer's accounts and say Mr Mitchell should resign. Sky's David Bowden reports.
Andrew Mitchell won't have to worry about getting his bike out of Downing Street in future if the Police Federation gets its way, because he'll no longer be a cabinet minister.
The officers he spoke to were my officers, the people I represent. They are very high-profile officers in the Diplomatic Protection Unit. They're of the highest integrity. They go through the highest vetting processes to get those jobs. I know who I believe. You know, what he said was totally unacceptable and he should resign.
This is what Andrew Mitchell allegedly said to the officers in Downing Street when they stopped him riding his bike out of the main gate. Best you learn your expletive place. You don't run this expletive government. You're expletive plebs. The recently promoted Tory chief whip, who ironically is responsible for getting MPs to toe the line, has created an embarrassing dilemma for his leader on the very day he was paying his respects to the two Manchester WPCs who were killed in the line of duty.
What Andrew Mitchell said and what he did was not appropriate, it was wrong, and it's right that he's apologised. He's obviously apologised to me, but much more importantly, he's apologised thoroughly to the police, and that needs to be done.
Perhaps not surprisingly, Andrew Mitchell is keeping a low profile. No sign of him at his constituency office. But he denies he swore at the Downing Street cops, though he has said sorry. While I do not accept that I used any of the words that have been reported, I accept I did not treat the police with the respect they deserve, he says. When we attempted to raise Mr Mitchell's remarks with the officers outside number 10, they resisted the temptation to give Mr Mitchell a taste of his own medicine. Excuse me, gentlemen. What do you make of this?
I couldn't possibly comment, sir. If you want any comment, let's go by a press office, unfortunately.
I mean, do you regularly get abused coming in and out of here?
I couldn't comment any further, I'm afraid.
Clearly a touchy subject. In any case, according to the man who wrote the story of Andrew Mitchell's gate gaffe, the damage is already done.
The police on the gate reported within a matter of minutes of this exchange a verbatim transcript of what was said, and in that transcript was this appalling phrase, "You F***ing plebs." Now, what we've reported today is that the police think that's what Andrew Mitchell said. If he really has used hugely class derogatory language against the very policeman trying to protect him, then he might have to consider his position.
There are likely to be one or two knowing glances between the police on the gate at Downing Street the next time Andrew Mitchell pitches up, though I suspect he will be keeping mum. David Bowden, Sky News in Whitehall.
Well, Sky's political correspondent Peter Spencer's been following the story, and he gave us this update from Downing Street.
There is no such thing as an indispensable minister. These are very odd circumstances, not usually constituting what you might regard as a hanging offence. But if David Cameron were to lose Andrew Mitchell over this, it would be such a scalp to not only the opposition but to the opposition's narrative, because he clearly spoke in a way towards the police which was classist and arrogant and feeds exactly into all that the Labour Party have been saying about how these Tory toffs are out of touch. So it would be hugely damaging, the more so because it's one of these stories which no one can fail to actually get. And it has to be said that Mr Mitchell appears to be compounding his own problems by accepting that he spoke disrespectfully but questioning the actual language he used, and the police are sticking by the claims that he didn't just call them plebs, he used a lot of colourful adjectives to go with it. And if he's disputing that, then as well as suggesting that they are in some way lower class and inferior, they are also liars, which of course is another weapon for his critics to beat him with.
A 15-year-old boy's been